6:04. I'm totally. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my Wise One. I am your Lady Caren speaking, and it is Friday. It's the day they fry things. We should have fry food. No. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? I'm really glad you guys could join me this morning. On the Wise One channel. I've got the Sacred Circle Tarot cards out by Anna Franklin, illustrated by Paul Mason. I'm going to do the one card tarot reading. If you have a question, feel free to ask. I am all out of lotto numbers, so I'm telling you, I could use some lotto numbers. But like I said, instead I invested. I did not go with Robinhood, though. I'm investing. I opened up an account to invest because I don't have any money to invest with. I might do like a penny trade or something. I might do something. Put that in the back burner. Stock market is going through some interesting changes. What it would mean for the whole GameStop thing. Like they won't let anybody else. They'll close GameStop because people that aren't normally rich made money on GameStop. And it wasn't me. Shucks. Talk about your financial February. I don't know. I would talk more about Black History Month if it weren't for the fact that Black history kind of existed, like, not just February. I mean, you see it like all the time. You see, how their history, yeah, and women and other minorities are all mistreated, not fairly. But they fight for it because we're worth it. They're worth it. Everybody's worth it. We are all worth it. We're Americans. And we started, I don't know what gave them the impression that they should start a country where every man is supposed to be equal and, they're pirates. Oh, this country was founded by pirates. That is the most interesting thing here, This country was founded by pirates on the foundation of pirates. Free trade. Um, yeah, free trade instead of fair trade. Uh, that was if you look at things and you follow the money. If you look at things and follow the money, usually everything cultural in America, the way we speak, things we choose, the way we do things is based on follow the money, and you can find how things started or why things are. And we didn't want to be taxed from the Brits. We were Brits at the time because we were white, and colonials. We became more colonials than Brits, and they fought it was wrong the way they were taxing us unfairly, and it was wrong the way that they were tyrannical So we started a whole resolution to start a revolution. Yeah. And so if you look at, tired, I'm not awake yet. Let's just get the tarot card done and we will go into that. Yay! Tarot. All right, I've shuffled and there's no question popping up. It does work. I know it does work. It just, yeah, I think we have two of wands. So courage. That's courage. Reversed. Intriguing. Okay, two of wands, courage. Reversed. So it's got to be right next to that little wands with the little green. Yeah, green. I'm going to see this sucker. Oh, I opened up the three. So, reversed. The two of wands appears reversed in your spread and indicates that you are tempted to use unscrupulous means to achieve your ambition. Huh, I hadn't even considered that. I don't think this one's accurate. Despite the fact that it would be betrayal of your principles and might hurt people dear to you, be warned that you will derive no pleasure from things achieved in this manner. You will lose the respect of friendship and others. Moreover, you will feel that you let yourself down and prove yourself unworthy in your own estimation. Oh, no, not really. I think the worst is that I considered it marrying up for the easy app. That would be a betrayal of my principles. You'll find yourself one of those rich guys and get married. But would not do it. My luck, he would be poor posing as rich, and I'd be even more poor with way more debt. So, I mean, that's the most scrupulous. I got, I didn't get up. I woke up 5 o'clock this morning. And then I scrolled through Facebook. I don't have self-service on my phone. Uh, tired. I was going to talk about happy things of the news and be all happy, and I'm too tired. Exercise after the show. Should have exercised before the show. I got everything ready by like 6:04. Clicked on. The computer was slow loading up. I had to open the computer. Not everything ready. The goal is to be closest to 6 o'clock on the dot. My son bought that at a yard sale. I love him. I'm happy. I'm proud of it. So, yeah. That, yeah. I'm not so sure it themes, but it doesn't not theme. It's not part of the theme, or the brand, but it doesn't make it look bad. It goes with it. It doesn't, it's worth funny kind of thing. I don't, with this thing, I use the dark colors and the whites, the blends, the base colors, blacks and grays and whites and browns, which are like neutral colors, and they can go with warm colors, and they can go with cool colors, and they kind of blend and tie together. And the purple, I should probably do more purple, especially since it's in like the little logo thingy. I don't know. I had the logo or something like that, and I blew it up, and then I can't find my logo. That I don't know if I haven't verified it, so I'm working on getting it like trademarked. It's expensive to trademark, but getting it, yeah, don't steal this intellectual property. Yeah, I didn't paint that. My son didn't make it. My son bought it at the yard sale. It's pretty. It's got the swirls, and it's nice. It's got some stamp, and the texture, the way it's got two different textures, the gold and the two textures. It's got a horizon point. I like it. It's layered. My son's got good taste. He loves me. I gotta do more for him. Show how much I love him. Ah, he's a good son. We're all like, yeah, the mama boys, the mess and everything. My daughter makes way more of a mess. My eldest daughter is way more rough and tough and temple and active and all over the place. I'm not feminine in those manners. And then I slept in these clothes. I need to get up and get dressed. Yeah. Life's an adventure. If I were trying to get up in the morning, what would I talk about? What would I like listen to somebody talk about in the morning? Financial matters. I don't know. With me listening to me, I'd probably go back to sleep. Probably like turn the car around and go home, go to bed. But no, 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 no. You gotta go to work. You gotta get it done. Great. The TED Talk where I listened to where I don't know who she said or if it was a he. I'm so tired. I can't tell what I remember. I just remember them saying it was great. Was it intelligence? It wasn't super positive. It was great. Oh, work I gotta do today all day, which is cool. It, like, it gives me something to do. That's nice. When you own your own company and you want to make your own products and you've got things on the itinerary, it's pretty cool. It used to be like, if it were for me, it'd be like, what should I do now? Yeah. Is this refillable? This is not refillable. I want one of those refillable ones. It's probably expensive. Is this refillable? Is the short little Bic refillable? The Bic looks refillable. Is that refillable? It looks refillable. No idea. Financially, if you want to do witchcraft, even if it's not the religious witchcraft, um, nowadays it looks very pretty in America. We get like special pestle and mortar, which is obscured. You get pretty goblets. You get Athens. You get pretty Athens. You get pretty incense holders, and your smudge, your white sage smudge, or your sage smudge. I've got sage that I've got to put into a smudge stick. I just don't have any rope, I realized. I went to go to it and realized I don't have any string. Not rope, string. I have rope. Definitely have rope. I don't have string. Um, and there's all these oils, rocks, stones, all sorts of stones, all sorts of incense, all sorts of, and they associate with certain types of the moon, certain phases of the moon, certain colors, and certain, oh God, certain oils, certain scents, certain colors, certain stones, crystals, certain gods and goddesses association. Fun part about being a melting pot that we are in America is that we have, you can call on raw ancient Egyptian and Mars or Aries and the god of war. Don't laugh. I do. I worship Aries when I drive. That's probably the worst thing in the world. uh, yeah. Don't worship Aries if you drive while driving. Yes, the road is not a battlefield. Yeah. And I lost my train of thought. I am brain fog. Exercise, 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 eat right. Don't have this brain fog in the morning. Attention deficit disorder, if you could avoid it. And now I have it. So what am I going to do with it? Get my brain going. Oh, I was talking about financially. If you're into witchcraft, you can use a lot of what you have on hand. A lot of people would be like, they're not intending that witchcraft supplies bought from the Dollar Tree don't work. And if they are, they're not in that position. You can use the original witchcraft was the normal religion, the pagans. It was the country folk, the everyday country folk. It was us before Christianity was found. It was us living off the land, having the cycles, looking at we don't have houses where we don't see the sun for weeks on end. We were out. They were Our civilization was out there in the middle of not being civilized. From the point of not civilization all the way to the point of this point in civilization, we were out in nature. This is the oldest living religion because we didn't have big old cathedrals to lock ourselves away from the Black Plague. We were, out in the middle of every day. You had to go get your firewood. You had to go get food. You had to go out and that's where this religion, not even the religious point, but so many characteristics came from everyday life. I love the first part, the Wicca, a lot of that made me think colonial. Um, the cauldrons, the cute little tapered candles. It's like a painted picture of what we think of witches. And witchcraft is really just pagan life, really, really old. This is what you can do, whether or not you're Christian, Catholic, Hindu, Tao. I mean, these are the things that you can practice your everyday life, whether or not it's just lifestyle. Light candles every day, meditate every day, visualization. Set your intent. What kind of day am I going to have? I pick a goal. It's to get through the stuff on the table, and get it all ready. And I have to spend extra cleaning attention because we're in the middle of COVID-19. And people with the mentality, seem to think that it's been so long that they want to be less and less cautious. It's just something naturally people do. And then it spreads a lot faster and wider. All the times that I think I didn't wear a mask. Social distance is still important. Wearing a mask is still important. Washing your hands is still important. When we're no longer in a pandemic, washing your hands is very important. I still social distanced before the pandemic. I did not like to get close to people. Like my neighbor, I wouldn't go see my neighbors until I get to know them. Washing your house. Doing that more. Wiping everything down with a disinfectant. Doing more dishes. I didn't yesterday. I'm going to do that more often today. Clean and try to get through inventory. Inventory, clean it. Take inventory, clean it, and stack it. Clean it and not stack it, but clean it and get it done. Uh, I'm tired today. Worn out. I'll be like, give me about an hour. I should have gotten up an hour ago. Hour or two ago. See, this is what doing Facebook does to you in the morning. If you sit there and scroll through social media in the morning instead of um, getting your stuff done, you get uh, 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 this. If I edited this down, it would probably be about 15 minutes. If this would probably be about a 5-10 minute show from this point right here. But I mean, like, if I finished the whole hour, going back and edit, there's me staring off at space. Probably be 10 minutes worth of show. Oh, God. Do not scroll through social media if you don't want this result. I ended up, yeah, it was like 10-20 minutes too, and it's I was still 4 minutes late. I get it that I make my own schedule, but if I want results out of my schedule, which people are getting results when they're working for other people, is that they're getting paid, they're getting the results, and I have to create these results. I have to create something to get results with, and whether or not I get results, that's the risk. That's an exhilarating feeling. Like I did this and created this, and somebody buys it because I'm making something that somebody wants. Not hey, I really, really, really want this. Will you do it for me? Um, just doing it for other people. It's not bad, but it's just different. And that's the kind of difference that I want, you know. I don't even think I've gone into Fiverr because I haven't gotten anything. Haven't gotten anything. I should do more work with Fiverr. I should up the algorithm, be like more into it. So I'm just gonna. I hadn't done this. I said I was going to. Said I was going to, and here we go. I opened up to the wheel. Actually, I opened up to the church. You know, the hermit, the shaman. Okay, the back of the shaman, reverse meaning of the shaman. But then, I opened up. I saw the wheel. The wheel. This card depicts a running wheel, which symbolizes the passage of time in the cosmos of change. The four directions and the four elements are depicted with the corresponding four magical tools. The eight spokes represent the eight major festivals of the solar year. Oh, it's got the holidays listed. Samhain, start of winter festival of the dead around October 31st. Yule, the winter solstice, the rebirth of the sun around December 21st. Symbolic. We just went through symbolic. The the first stirring of spring, and the coming of the Mother Goddess around February 2nd. So next we have a star, like a Easter. A star sounds like Easter, because I mean, like, they wouldn't have come up with it. Easter has no name of somebody rising for the dead or anything to do with Christianity. The name Easter. The name Easter sounds a lot like a star. Um, so Osta, Easter, Osta. The vernal equinox celebration, the spring growing lights around March 21st. So that's usually your Easter celebration. Beltane, the sacred marriage of the Lord and Lady in the start of the summer festival around May 1st. Going? Huh. The summer solstice. The zenith of the sun around June 21st. Cygnus. The beginning of the harvest, the prime of corn lard around August 2nd. So it's like first harvest, and then you have Herfest. Herfest, the autumn equinox, and then you have the second harvest. The harvest festival, death of the corn lord, and waning of the sun around September 21st. Hmm. Yeah, that's the symbolism. The divine meaning's like this big, reverse. No, page. It's about a page. If you add these two half pages together, and then reverse meaning's about this big, and then journey of the fool. Usually, I just read the divine meaning and the reverse meaning, depending on which card I picked up. But yeah, I'm really big into utilizing the um, resources that you have available, whether it's a physical object, whether it's knowledge, mental, you know, or experience. You've done this, so you know this will work. Whether it's just utilizing what you have. Um, yeah, I'm very big into utilizing what you have. So I'm going to take what I have and do something with it. Yeah. All right. Tired. I'm very tired. So something happy, something upbeat, something to get your day going. I don't think I'm sharing screen, but I'm going to look something up. We'll just stay. Hi, up close and personal. I'm so glad you could join me. All right. See here. Now that you have my face staring at the screen, I'm going to click on. I have the Ecosia, the one that plants trees. That's all I know. I should research more about this particular search engine. All right. Let's just put happy wheels, happy meals, happy birthday, happy next year. Just entered happy into the search engine. And we have happy defined by the Mediterranean Webster. We have Pernell Williams, happy. I don't know. Happy birthday to you. Lucky, fortunate, happy, providual, meaning meeting with unforeseen success. Lucky. That sounds more like lucky than happy. People are happy about lucky. Agency of chance by bringing a favorable result. So you'd be happy if you won the lotto, not if you earned it and worked at it. No, just being argumentative. I'm going to have to put cleaning glasses on the checklist. Ugh, ugh. Try to read through that. Yeah. That's what I'm going. Oh, lady, squint. Okay. One because of a lucky bounce fortune suggested being rewarded beyond one's deserts. Deserts. Or fortunate, not unfortunate. Fortunate in my investments. There we go. Happy combines the implication of lucky and fortune with stress of being blessed. I'm being blessed. A series of happy accidents, provincial more defined, implies the help of intervention of a higher power. A previn- provincial change in the weather. I don't know. How old is that definition? Should we update that definition? Dictionary.com. Happy describes a feeling of joy. So, that sounds very modern. Uh, Delight or glee. It also describes something that is related to or shows joy. Happy can describe somebody being willing to do something or be helpful. Happy is used in many expressions that wish good tidings to another person. Ah, that's like sappy happy. I like it. Who couldn't like happy? Happy, happy. The real and Stimpy story. Happy. That looks like there was a movie called Happy. Happy Cinnamons, Happy Animals, Happy TV series. Happy. How to be happy. 25 habits to help live a happier life. Will happier bring me more money? Let's research that, shall we? There's no top page button on this keyboard. Okay, happy. Let's ask a question. Well, yep. Well, happy. Well, being happy. Let's put that. Well, being happy. Being happy. Well, being happy, I could totally, I'm awake. Well, being happy, yeah, more. So somebody who's happy, will they get more money than somebody who's sad? Isn't that kind of biased? Make me more money. So these are my keywords. Will happy make me more money? Is it true that happy people earn more money? Neuro Gym. .myneurogym.com. According to the latest research, when the brain is happy, it turns off the motivation centers and goes to sleep. It's unlikely to be driven. So happiness doesn't drive you to be. Do we want everybody happy in America so that they don't make money? I don't think that's how that works. It's not how any of this works. Can money buy happiness? I don't think so. Well, we all know money can't buy happiness. Will more money make me happier? No. Does money make you? No, no. Does, let's say, make me? Let's try earn more money. Click. Search, loading, loading, loading. Study shows why happy people earn more money. Go banking rates. Happy people earn more money because they're always improving themselves by learning more, exercising, and investing in their future. Like, you're happy, you might as well, you've got things to look forward to. Stressed people invest into short term. Why happy people earn more money? The way to happiness. I have no idea what that website is. Something.org. TWTH online.org. Why happy people earn more? Various studies into the relationship between happiness and prosperity have indicated that happy people do tend to earn more money. However, the study results are very clear about which comes first, happiness and then the money. It's an obvious question then becomes why? Why happy people earn more money? Yahoo. I have not been satisfied ever with Yahoo sources. Happy. Money not linked to happiness passed 105,000 in U.S. study. In U.S. study, blah, 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 blah. Past that leads another, there's a certain point which money seems to be no more benefits to the well-being. Oh, okay. So we have to just earn so much money. More money, less happiness. When money makes you miserable. Money versus happiness debate early to rise. The fact that people earning between $0 to $1,000 a month reported being slightly happier than those. So I'm happier than somebody who's earning more than 1,000 a month. I don't know how. Monthly became excessive 4,000, suggested 500K the easy way. Even though we own more than our parents' generation, the percentage of Americans describing themselves as very happy peaked in 1957. Probably told that they have to be very happy or they won't succeed in life. And so it's like if you spam out, be happy. I'm sure people were much happier during that time period. I earn much less, but I'm happy. Little gray box. Money can't buy happiness. Yeah. So, no. So, should we continue to go towards happiness. So how much money? I don't know. There's a hole in the ceiling. Yeah. Happiness. Happiness. Happy. Happy. And money. Yeah. But would they pay more for happiness? Probably. I'd do a panhandling experiment, but my kids need me to watch them more than I need to be out on the street panhandling. Uh, I feel like I'm here, and I also feel like there should be more. I would want more than I'm just here for my kids. So I need to interact and I need to engage. I need to be, yeah, but I am just so, even if I am tired, I need to engage. Uh, I put pumpkin spice in with the cream brulee and with the just the regular coffee. I think it's Maxwell House. I think it's just like a house blend or something. Then I put agave in. I think when I finish it, cause like I think when I put like syrup and honey and all like chocolate syrup and honey and all that, that the types of sugars didn't mesh. I want to say that, yeah. So with coffee, my obsession with coffee, I want to say that pumpkin spice. I'm telling you, pumpkin spice is like the ultimate like spell, protection spell, and just like it's you put it in, you say your intent, and then you're just good to go. This is the fastest way to do just spell work that has nothing. I mean, you don't even have to put a god in there or a goddess in there or any divinity in there. You just put in some pumpkin spice blend, and you just say your intent, stir, and done. You know, there's so many actions with the spells, and like they'll be, and I mean, doesn't have to be bad spells. It can be good spells. I mean, like your everyday spell work. You don't have to go and do elaborate high magic. It's great to do it, you know, when you can. But I mean, it also takes a lot of energy out of you. And sometimes the results take longer because it's a bigger spell. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's stronger and it comes down. You know, like when it happens big. Um, yeah. So we should probably finish the rest of the month doing I'll show you each day because there's a sort of feel to the spell as you go through each day doing the spell, a money spell. We should do a money spell. We should do our tarots, and then we should do, you know, with the rest of the month, we should do our money spell. Make a money jar, little money shaker. That's fun. And bring the money in. It doesn't mean that I stop working up, you know, my business. It's supposed to enhance the ability of me working. It's supposed to enhance the work that I do. It's supposed to take rid of all the other stuff so that the work is seen as the work it is and it gets sold. So yeah, doing a money spell. I mean, you should just continuously do a money spell as much as you do like normal cleaning, cleaning and then spell cleaning. I should do a lot of that. on, on here. Should probably write the book and sell the book. It's another thing is that's like another book I should sell, like the nonfiction. But I'd have to find a publisher and an editor. Things like that. I'm forever going to find clay bits everywhere. She chopped it. She's using scissors, so she's enjoying using scissors and clay. And it's building up skills. She likes using the butter knife to cut up vegetables and fruits. She has fun. So, like, you can cut up like a tomato or something, or soft fruit and vegetables like bananas and strawberries. Those cute little baby cucumbers are nice and soft and easy to do. If you peel the bigger cucumbers, it's easy enough to do with a butter knife. 3-year-old loves like cutting vegetables. If only, she'd like eating, she ended up eating the apple. She's like, I don't want the apple. I don't want the apple. The thing we're getting over right now is I'm done eating because I want something else. uh, and, you know, what's the first three? Out of all the kids, the first three would, all right, fix your own food. They'd want something else. I got to the point where I'm like, instead of cooking a buffet of food, um, I'd just be like, all right, cook your own food. And I'll show you how just you cook it. I'm done. This is what we're eating. I'll cook up. Like if you want mac and cheese and you just want macaroni, or you just want macaroni and you can add your own sauce, whatever. I'll cook macaroni and you guys can add whatever toppings you want to it. So I found out my kids were lactose intolerant and the other kid just gets the whole my son gets the whole I don't know. It's my daughter gets the nasal thing. My son's lactose intolerant. And my youngest daughter is lactose intolerant with the fact that it blows up her nose to the point that she's deaf. Yeah. So we try to get rid of dairy. Um, so for, it's, I don't mind cooking up. Like I'll chop everything up for a salad, put it out buffet style, and you can dish out whatever you want on top of your salad. Oh, welcome, Kristen. Music and life. That sounds like fun. It's very nice to meet you. Um, yeah, thank you for the like. Thank you for the comment. I still get all like, I'm small enough that I'm like, yay. Um, yeah, I was just talking about my kid and my youngest's crazy picky habits. What I didn't go through with the first three, I'm doing all right. And yourself? How are you doing? I'm easily distracted, so this conversation I'll probably just veer off. I must have lost internet. Where are you from, Kristen? Kirsten. That's IR. Don't worry. I was showing earlier how dirty my glasses are and why I'm squinting and doing the granny squint. I'm from the Netherlands. Oh, I was just thinking of the Netherlands yesterday. I was watching Harry Potter. Oh, I hope you get warm soon. Do you have a fire? Is it? I don't know if there's a fireplace and a appropriate fire to get warm and lots of blankets. I should work on quilts. Time to clean them. Uh, yes, it is time to clean them. I use I have a microfiber and I've been using the electronics cleaner spray on them, but I could probably use I'm a Harry Potter nerd. Yeah, I was thinking the nerd, or not nerd. I was thinking for the Harry Potter when the troll scene came in and the Sorcerer of the Stone. I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, That's like the troll movie where they're in, the Netherlands and there's a troll, and that looks a lot like one of those trolls. I was thinking, is Hogwarts out by the Netherlands? Uh, I have good hearing here. Oh, heating here. Oh, good. And two giant dogs to keep you warm. Aw, I'd have to get accustomed to dogs because I've always been a cat person. I'm learning that the world is full of things that you shouldn't just be cat or just dog. There are amazing dogs all over the spectrum. So I'm trying to get over all that bias about dogs because there are some amazing dogs that I've met. So that means that dogs aren't dogs. They're wonderful. You just get to know them, just like cats. Yes, trolls haunt my younger years. Aw, I'm so sorry about the trolls in the younger years. I'm glad that, you're older and there's probably less trolls now that you're older, or less to deal with trolls now that you're older. You can get away from trolls. Uh, but that is cool that it's out in the Netherlands. So pretty out in the Netherlands. I used to be a cat person. All allergies. Aw. I learned that I went to one state. I came back from the state, and all of a sudden I was allergic to dogs. So I just basically crossed state lines, and it cured my crossed state lines again, and it cured my allergy to dogs. Because I came back to the state, and I was sneezing and sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. I couldn't stop. I took off my sweatshirt, which was covered in dog hair, and my allergies were gone. I'm not saying that there's a cure. I have no scientific evidence in what was going on with that, but I crossed state lines and cured my allergies, created allergies, and then cured my allergies to dogs. Back then, monsters came into my. Aww. San Bernard and Bernese Mountain Dogs. Oh, you got the piggy dogs. I had to give them away. Aw, the kitties. That's sad when the kitty's away. My cat is with my ex, and yeah, I miss her. And I told her I wouldn't abandon her, and I haven't seen her in forever, and I feel like an ass for not being there for her right now. She's got to think that people abandon her, and now I feel like an ass. But yeah, like yeah, I was told to never come back, so there she is. And then here I can't have my cat because it's my parents' house. That's got to be a lot of fun. How long do you walk dogs in life? In the end, you did what you had to do. Don't feel guilty about it. Yeah, but it still affects me. I mean, I have to move on, but still, she's there and I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. You are such a sweet person. Harry Potter is awesome. Yeah. I was crocheting and stuff trying to get to crocheting. There was something that I was working towards that. There was something that I was going to do towards, like certain projects I was going to do for, the cost of living, which is my business where I'm trying to upcycle everything that I have. And then there was going to be another way. I have to deal with debt. I have to deal with the cost of living, and I have to make money towards some like child support. Yeah, crocheting towards child support. Um, so I was trying to just make squares just to sell them, sort of like when I first started Facebook. Pretty sure that dates me. Um, I played Farmville a lot, and you start off with the strawberries, which are very, very quick to grow and harvest and action on the game, but they don't pay you as much as one that takes longer to grow. Um, so I so I'm gonna crochet cute little squares and sell those maybe by the pack to try to pay towards child support. I used to play Farmville so much. Yeah, there's a new one going on. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's huge. Everybody plays it, and I don't. I don't have like a game controller, which really hinders my ability to. I could play keyboard, but not as well, and I don't get the same kind of joy out of gaming. Otherwise, I would game more and time to game because right now I have to work, building a business and raising kids and trying to find a place to live and a way to afford to live is really time consuming. Farmville, you can play it on the tablet and laptop, but I only have a laptop that's not much into games anymore. Yeah, I had to let my games go. I usually, for my games, for me, I pick the smaller games, the ones that are kind of mindless. I don't get into first person shooters very much until or live action role play or and stuff like that. I'd love to. I mean like before I had kids, I got into it. But I mean, when you have kids, you have to stop and drop a game. I play the games that if I put the controller down and forget that I'm playing until 2 hours later, I can pick it back up and play. That's one of the things, but most of the crap would die. But I have like Talking Angela on my phone, mostly for the kids. And then I got into it. And I'm still trying to get up to a level 6 game console. I play one game and have played for over 10 years. It's childish, but it's called Cookie Run. Ooh! Yeah, the childish games are the ones that are the best to engage, like, pick it up, you use it, and it's there to, give you a break so that you can look back on what you're doing. Sometimes you need a break if things get a little hectic and you have to resize everything and have to reperspective, you know, set a timer because otherwise you can get lost in it and play it I can get lost and play it for like 4 hours and be like, wait a minute, when was dinner? I don't do that very often. That's usually when I put the game down and don't play it for a long time. But yeah, I can get addicted to games easily. I have an addictive personality, so I try not to play a lot of games unless it's something like Talking Angela where she won't die if she's dirty and hasn't been fed. I have to give that attention to the actual kids that would die if I don't feed them and clean them. And clean my kids and you turn around and they're dirty as if you weren't to clean them in the first place. I want to snap a picture of them. You have to be really, really quick, snap a picture of them and prove to yourself that you do wash your children. People used to think I didn't wash my kids. I mean, I walk out of the bathroom and I don't know what it is. They grab something to eat. They step in dirt. They give somebody a hug that just stepped in dirt. I mean, literally, I can go into the bathroom, wash my kid, come back into the place where the people think that I don't wash my kids and they'll have been dirty with new dirt. The dirt that they love to go to the bathroom with would be gone. And then clean them. You can't win. Years ago, I played The Sims. Oh my gosh, The Sims are like my Achilles heel. Like I gotta stress, for the longest time, I was like, if I can get Sims right, I can get my life right. If I can manage time in Sims, it was a trap. I got sucked into Sims and Sims 4, and yeah. Sims happened a lot. 12 hours gone in the blink of an eye. How old are your kids? My two oldest that live in another state with their dad are 14, 15, 14, 15. Oh my God, 15. Next year she's gonna be 16. That's not fair. That is not fair at all. It's like you blink. You have to sit there and think about it because you blink, and if you don't say, "Oh, my kid's such and such age," you do so often. But yeah, she's 15. She's going to be 16 next month. Oh, that is hard to swallow. My son is 11. He's going to be 12 this year. Yeah, that's not fair. That's I want to keep them as my babies forever, but they grow and boom, it's gone. My second grader is 8, and my youngest is 3, and she acts like she's been around for 30 years. Time flies. Do you have any kids, Kirsten? Music and life. I love how small my channel is to the fact that I can get to know you guys personally. I only have one person chatting. I'm like, "Hey, let's have a conversation." It's not even Q&A, it's just like my crazy attention deficit disorder. No. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, nowadays you don't have to have kids. You can just like whatever you want to do. If you want kids, have kids. If you don't want kids, don't have kids. So yeah, you could enjoy, life free from kids. It works. Yeah. Trying to think. My ex has a son. Ah, and raised him for 3 years. But after that, I realized I'm not a kid person. Yeah, I didn't do so well. Would have been stepchild. Nope. It makes me admire my dad more. Um, he took on my brother and we ended up. If it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't be here today. Like an amazing guy. And I am not, yeah, the fact like take on a stepchild, it really, my dad did it. So it never occurred to me that you shouldn't take on a stepchild, that you shouldn't, that I'm like, why would people not treat their stepchildren like their own kids? Why would they not be? Sure, my little sister, that's his kid, is definitely spoiled, and he definitely has favoritism that I'm sure he doesn't intend. But for the longest time, I didn't understand how people could have like evil step-parents, or step-parents that didn't care, or like step-parents that didn't get along with their stepchildren. And now I realize. Oop, 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 to read this. Maybe I should just go like this. I used to put everyone above myself. Yeah, I had to learn to not do that too. I was taught everybody was better than me. I wasn't told. I was taught. Um, I don't have the best genes. I wouldn't want a child give all the mental and physical problems I have, and my mom had too. Yeah, when I was, I want to say 16, 17, 18. No, more like 18, because when I was 16, I wanted to have a kid, and I wanted to have a kid and get it done and over with so that I could enjoy the older years and raise a kid and have them, but I didn't want them anywhere near my mom at the time. You know, my mom recently passed away, and even though we had a turbulent childhood and early years, I wish her peace and well in the afterlife. And through all that trauma, I realized I didn't want my kids to have the mental problems that they had. And now that I have kids and they don't, you know, all the physical and all the mental things for me, it's some of it I look at and I'm like, wait a minute. Some of this is society based that you have to be like this instead of accepting people like that, that are like that and making, the world's like the introverts have to conform to extroverts' world. Why can't extroverts make it so that it's a world for both extroverts and introverts? If longing for a child will come again, I will consider adoption. Me too. But I'm 31 and I still have some time. Oh yes, I'm fixed. I can't have any more kids. I'm like, if I want kids, I will adopt them. They're like, are you sure that you want to have the surgery? And I'm like, why wouldn't I want to have the surgery? I would have had the surgery after my first kid. Um, and it's not that I don't love kids. I don't like being pregnant. Okay, I can understand how if I were to watch this again and go, wow, that's open for the wrong interpretation. It's not that I don't love kids. I love kids. I love having kids. I love my kids. I just don't love being pregnant. So adoption is definitely an option, and there are lots and lots and lots and lots of kids out there to be adopted. So yeah. So if you don't, yeah, you definitely still have time. I mean, it's there. We should be more accepting of all these, and then there would be more options for the conditions that are going to be there, whether or not we accept them. Like the fact that people still have kids and their life aren't able to raise them, or, something happens and they have to give up their kid for adoption. I mean, if we were more accepting of, instead of you have to have a kid yourself, socially, there would be more people that would be like, hey, I want to adopt. Or if it was a social norm that you don't have to have kids, um, we would be, if there was a less bigot world, a less biased world, a less judgmental world, and we can create that. That's the fun part, is we can create a less judgmental world. I mean, it starts with us. It's easier to talk when people are chatting, right? Yeah, this morning it is. It definitely is, and I appreciate your help. Thank you, because I was hitting some slow points, and this morning's fostering has been on my mind too. But first, I'm trying to accept my own problems and build a career. Yep, taking care of yourself before if you have the option to take on somebody, having all your ducks in a row is best the way to go. It's not to say that if you end up with a situation where you have somebody to take care of and you don't have your ducks in a row, um, that you shouldn't be putting your ducks in a row. Yeah. But if you have the option to put your ducks in a row and then have somebody in your life, those are the best ways to go. Those are ones that you should definitely take. What kind of career are you building? Everything's slowed down. Or you're typing. Oh, that too. I can be patient. I can wait. I can ask a question and wait for a response in return. I'm not so attention deficit disorder that I'm going to go on a whole spiel before you can answer the question I asked. Yeah, typing. Yep, typing. Uh, Typing is your career, or typing is probably something you're doing. Typing is an awesome career. I can type. I still find it like magical, the fact that I can type without looking and not finger peck. Part of my crazy life. On here, if you've ever read the title that says Navigating My Crazy Life, um, I have attention deficit disorder and bipolar. Um, and I have, so my life gets crazy. It's a wonderful soap opera. And I obsess over coffee, but it's easier because I have my four kids. Um, My eldest asks, "Is it easier when she's off with their dads?" I'm like, "No, because that missing them so much, makes me, like makes it harder to do these everyday, things and getting things going." So the kids really don't realize how much harder it is, for me without them. Um, it's easier to provide it's easier to take on the challenge to provide for, all 4 kids at once than it is to oh, yeah. I follow a bunch of courses to become an experienced worker on the field of the self-harm, suicide thoughts, and attempts. PTS Oh, okay. PTSD, bipo is that bipolar something or BPD? Uh, I haven't heard of. I'm guessing that's bipolar disorder, right? And I haven't heard of Raynaud's, fibromyalgia, and heads. I haven't heard of heads. I haven't heard of Raynaud's, Raynaud, Raynaud's, Raynaud's, Raynaud's. Borderline personality disorder. Okay. Yeah, I have one personality, and they all try to fit into it. I can have exact opposite feelings. The fun part is with bipolar is if I'm having two conflicting feelings simultaneously, you kind of have to pick which one to express on the face. And since I think I'm on the spectrum and I don't understand facial expressions or some social norms, for me, that's extremely hard. So sometimes I'm off in Never Neverland imagining a book that I'm working on where I'm in, say, Eek, where, aliens dropped off humans on a planet that had humanoids on it. When we call it Earth, way back then. Um, and, so I'm in this some adventure back then on top of this is what's going on in the world with my attention deficit disorder. And that's the expression on my face. And then with it, learning ASL, grammar is with the face. So it's quite a challenge. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And, oh, wow. So you're a walking psychologist. That vamps in my hands and feet spasms and blood flows like fiber. Oh, okay. Syndrome of hyper. Oh, the fingers usually triggered by stress and cold. Also, that like thumping and the like blood vessel go like in your feet and your hands, like restless syndrome. All right. I used to say a lot that I'm waiting for the mothership to pick me up. Right? Some days. I don't honestly believe in the whole spaceship theory, but I honestly believe that we don't have any evidence against it. So it's either or. But yeah, the aliens and stuff I love aliens, but I thought it was fun to write. It is kind of fun. I've got it all outlined. I'm sitting there writing, and it's a fun book to write. It's because I was looking at a bug and going, "Oh, there's a bug. We gotta get rid of it. We gotta kill it. We gotta do something." And then you got somebody chiming in, "Oh no, 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 take it outside." The classic chime in. And I sat there and thought, what if aliens thought of us humans like that when we were, say, on the ship and we were the pest? They end up overpopulating, and you have nothing but their little wars and their little pollution, and you end up with like a whole bunch of pollution all over the place, and they end up with all those fires, and they use all the resources on the ship, and then you don't have anything, and you can't have those suckers. You got to kill them all. What if, like we were the pests and they went, eat, freaking out. So I thought it was, it's fun. It's a different aspect, different perspective. I always felt like I don't fit in. Normal people don't fit in with normal people. I've learned that. That's the hardest thing that I've learned. You find your tribe and you still don't always fit in with your tribe. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure the fact that I fall asleep at 6 and wake up at 2, that I belong in another location somewhere else in the world in order to fit in with those social norms that we've built our whole society on waking hours, business hours, 9 to 5. I mean, how many social norms were built on 9 to 5? I mean, nobody's normal. I always felt like I don't, okay, normal. To get something people put in a box, and I'm the way I am, and I accept that. Yeah, I call myself the fringe witch because I have no norms. And if people don't accept me for the way I am, then they can go. Yeah, I'm a lot about inclusion, and I love weird people. I mean, I will let my freak flag fly. I've noticed that it's a better life. Yeah, if you don't lead with these parts of who you are, nobody can learn and understand and create you create the norms. We change the world how it is. We are the ones empowered to be like, okay, this is what's normal. This is what's okay. And as long as it's not harming people, and as long as it's more helpful than harmful. I sit there and I weigh. It's like, is it really, should this not be? I mean, what's the harm? What's the benefits versus the harm? And as long as I look for the healthy, I'm trying to get out of debt. February is supposed to be finance. I should probably put that somewhere, financial February. The reason why I'm not doing Black History Month is because, like, honestly, after listening to Morgan Freeman say that he's black all year round, that is how I feel. Like, I should mention something about minorities and inclusion. Something for everybody should be able to fit in on the channel and on our community and on our and on brand. This should, even if it's not your thing, it should be able to fit in with your thing. This brand, this channel, it should be compatible with all of life, with all of humans. You know, inclusion. I don't judge others, and that I accept everyone for who and what they are, but I want the same back. Yeah. We all deserve the same back. I mean, that's very human element, very life element. I mean, life itself is, yeah, it's a lot about what I preach on here. And I do preach because, like, I don't get a lot of conversations. Um, but it's pretty cool. That's the fun part about having such a small channel is we can interact. I'll say again, I reiterate. It took me years to reach this. It shouldn't. I should teach my kids that this should be the norm so that they're not like 30, 40 years old and realize and go, oh, this whole time, 30, 40 years worth of, I had to deal with that or I did that wrong because I believed in, like, my youngest has gotten this age bigotry thing that I've worked hard to erase. And I'm like, am I still doing it subconsciously? But she's also watching a ton of YouTube with a lot of, like, little kids thing. She's like, "Hey, mommy, help me." I go, "Well, what if I'm scared?" She goes, "You're not scared, mommy. You're a grown up. I'm a kid. Kids get scared." I'm like, "Grown-ups get scared too? Grown-ups, I mean, this feeling doesn't go away, this anticipation of having to approach somebody, having to, do something that you haven't done before. I mean, the feeling doesn't go away. It's just, what skills did we gain at a younger age to experience this and to gain this and to give it to our adult selves? What does it translate to?" She's not getting it. She's like, "Some things are for, no, you mommy, you can't have this. This is for kids." No, grown-ups do eat the stuff, and grown-ups do all this stuff. I don't know where she's getting this, but yeah. If way to come in, we could if you have a way to come in with you and we could talk face to face. Oh, you want a friend? You want me to hook you up personally? Like some people use SteamYards and they can share a link to join. I have no idea what SteamYards is. That might be in the yeah, Netherlands thing. I'm thinking Neo. I'm thinking Neo off of Matrix. Yeah, yeah. Like a Neo like internet thing. Um, SteamYards is that might be a Netherlands thing. Share links. Ah, how would I get you to get and life? It's a US thing. Oh, I'm gonna look that up so that I can learn what SteamYard is. SteamYard. It's shaky, shaky. I gotta get this set up. I'm not putting so much into the setup until I can make financial until it's worth the investment. I do this every morning, but it's not, making me any money. So for me currently to spend money, because I have less than zero money. I don't know what you use to go live on YouTube. Right now, YouTube, I use YouTube to go live on YouTube. I used to use OBS, but now I'm on a Chromebook and I need software to yeah, so yeah, different programs and you can invite people on the screen with them. Like Twitch or something? I don't know. I'm not on Twitch. I'm on Instagram. Let's see. Do I have Wise182 on Instagram? SteamYard can be used for free, but will it work with a Chromebook? Because this isn't a computer. This is a Chromebook. So am I. You're on Instagram? Or is that you on Instagram? Is it Kirsten Music and Life? I'll write it down. Oh, do you have a channel? I having a small channel, I can go and look you guys up on your YouTubes if you want, and me to support you. Um, back, I've been like starting to do that kind of thing. No, over there, I'm okay. Chronically Refuge. Okay, so if you want to hook up on Instagram, I'm just going to start posting more stuff on Instagram. Like that way I could get the business going and the whole witchcraft thing going and the whole upcycle thing going and the whole yeah, I have more interest than I have the ability to pursue them and I need to organize that. Chronological. Huh. Chronically reduce. Reduce. Is that a why can't I think of your language? Netherlands speak like ah, there. I grab my phone, I'll do that. I gotta wake holy crap. I'm usually on here for only an hour. I will look you up on Instagram. It's a Russian word, means rainbow. Ah, chronological rainbow. Yeah. Are you a hippie? My oldest is a hippie. Uh, I love. I'm probably the reason why my kids are hippies. uh, uh, deep down inside, yes. We are all hippies. Well, I mean, you can't not be a hippie. I mean, like environmentally, I mean, like, because if you think about it, we kind of need trees to breathe. And I would look at my oldest would tell me that, and I would look at her when she was younger, and I go, "You're a hippie." She goes, "Mom, what's a hippie?" I go, "You are. You're a hippie." She probably still doesn't know what a hippie is, but I'm like, yes. I've been born in the wrong time. No, no, no. We're just gonna bring the hippies back. You're not born in the wrong time. We're just gonna be like hippies. We don't even need the weed to be like go environment, peace, everybody, no more wars. I don't even think the peace symbol is the peace symbol. I think that was something else that just evolved into the hippies. But yeah, hippie 2.0. Yes, yes, we are hippies 2.0. We like inclusion. Yes, we should bring inclusion. That should be peace and inclusion. I think inclusion would make a sustainable peace. Inclusion would we would evolve a bit beyond war. War would be less. Fighting would be less. With more inclusion, there would be less fighting. I wouldn't say it would eradicate it, but it would give us a sustainable. Sus, sus, it'd give us two legs to stand on when it came to peace. Yes, inclusion. I mean, I'm really an advocate for inclusion, an advocate for everybody, and even the people I don't like, I include them. Because they're on this planet too, and if you think how lonely we are on this planet, I mean, the fact that if there was sentinel beings out there, we haven't run into them or into evidence of them that we know of, that us regular citizens know of. Just not conspiracy theorists at all, but the fact that we haven't really run into, sentient beings. That if there are sentient beings in this vast, I mean, how small our world is. We're probably a Hortons who, I mean, like it infinitely, we could see like the microscopic of a microscopic of a microscopic, view. I forgot what it's called. I always forget that word. But I mean, what if we are the microscopic view of, of a being, of a living sentient being? And what if we're Hortons, here's a who's, we're so small, nobody's going to ever see us on this planet Earth. I mean, our sun is huge. What if we're like the mind's eye of a sentient being? I mean, like the yes. Yay, I follow you. Thank you. I get a rise out of it. I do. I so get a rise out of like subscribers right now. We're at like 15, 16. So like, oh my gosh, the likes are like they like give you an endorphin rush. These, I mean, it's addicting. YouTube is addicting. But I know that yeah, it's just like I had to have a addicted personality. So yeah. Thank you, Kirsten. And I will find you on Instagram and we can chat or hit a thing on the community. I think there's a thing on community in life. Yeah. I like your smiley face. I smile too with my teeth. Having to go to Mexico and get taken care of. ah, but yes, the goal on here, this whole channel is about, for me, is about how I go from less than successful to a self-sustaining happiness, getting a castle, all this other stuff, and being successful and you get to watch the everyday journey of that. And I'm about to go onto Patreon and do the weekends on Patreon at 7, of weekdays at 6 on this on here. So even if you hit the subscribe button, my random, because of my attention deficit disorder and bipolar, and yet to get life organized and get into the professional part, I will randomly put on videos. So the notification bell will get you on that. I've got to get my kid up for school. I remember the first time I went live, I planned to be there for an hour and ended up for like 8 hours. Oh yeah, I can't afford to be live for 8 hours because I've got to work. I mean, I'll probably pop on a live video while I'm working because it's boring. Sitting there, inventory, clean, all that other stuff, and just somebody to talk to and just sit there and talk. So I'm not talking to myself out loud, just talk to myself out loud. But yeah, a lot of rambling. There's a lot of bipolar on here. there's a lot of, with this, there's definitely a lot of bipolar. You get it all, to understand, because I didn't understand how to achieve success. Even if somebody would be like, "Oh, you just do this, 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 and you can be as successful as I am." I didn't see the nitty gritty and the small little. I'm like, yes, but you went and you put your money in the stock market, and that's how you got that successful. And that's that little small little step you didn't share with us. So I'm trying to share with you guys the whole thing. You get it all. And apparently unedited until I learn how to edit. Check out. Okay, I will. Yeah, I'd love to support you. Um, adjusting things. Okay, so it's, let me spell this correctly. Dialectical I'm poor kid, I gotta get her up. Dialectical behavioral therapy. I love behavioral therapy. That's so much better than electric therapy. Is it behavior? IVIO? No, OR. Okay. I can't spell this in my life. It comes from being half deaf. Therapy. That's what helped me get. Oh, okay, so you're not on that, but that helped you get your life in order. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will totally check that out. And then I will get back to you guys on YouTube to figure out how that helps or doesn't help, or how that applies to me or doesn't apply to me. Because you seem very successful, so yeah. Getting your this button is the volume button. Go wee! Woo! Do mute button. Okay. I love you guys, and I will see you guys later. I use mindfulness, yep, every day. Yep. Keep the calm in my head and put my self-care very high on my list and more. Yep. The being aware thing. Yeah. I don't think I would have gotten as far as I got without mindfulness and meditation as a kid. You too. Have a great day. All right. I love you guys. Bye. Love you. Bye. That's my sign off. It's love you guys. Till the next video. Doo, doo, doo.